Hey there, we got a fairly lengthy presentation for you today, looking at this storm that's going to be coming out of the high plains up into the Midwest. And I want to go through the different models, show you the difference and what one I'm kind of leaning towards right now. And we'll start here with the GFS 500 millibars. And here we can see we have our trough coming into the west. It's going to be spawning the storm system. This is at 12Z Thursday. We'll go to 12Z Friday. Here it comes out across into the high plains and then into the central plains as we head over the period by 12Z Saturday. There it is there, so you can see. There it comes in and comes across. A little bit of energy being held back here, but for the most part, the system is coming out. Now we'll go to the Canadian model, and these are all from Weatherbell here. These graphics, and a little bit of a different scheme here, but still the same basic. I mean, you can certainly see where all the features are. You know, here's our trough at 12Z on Thursday, and one thing I want to point out is that it's a little less defined there than it is on the GFS. GFS is a little bit more definition to the trough there, so. But we'll go here. Here's the Canadian. Now watch what happens here with the Canadian as it's coming out. First of all, it's a little bit slower here, and then one piece of energy clearly comes out here. There's one piece there, but look back here. This gets held back here a little bit as far as the amount of energy goes. So that's getting held back, and then here it's clearly when you get to 12Z Saturday. Here's one piece of energy up here. And here's the trailing end back here. So, like I said, the GFS certainly did have some trailing energy, but certainly not nearly to the point that the Canadian is showing. We're going to go to AccuWeather for the European model here, and just want to show there's 48 hours and 72 hours. And here again, really here now, more the entire upper level system is being held back a little bit more as far as the European is going. 12Z Saturday here, the main upper level low is here over western Nebraska, western North Dakota, whereas you look at the other models, you look at here's the Canadian, the first feature's all the way into Minnesota already, and that's the same story with the GFS, a little bit further south than the GFS, but the European is really holding things back, and that tends to be a bit of a bias of the European. It tends to hold the energy back too much in the west, and it's really holding back the southern branch energy here. So the European I'm a little bit skeptical of as far as that goes. Now here's our surface reflection of this system. And here we have, this is back to the GFS now, and here's our low pressure system forming in the high plains. A little bit slow to move for the first few hours there, but then it starts really shooting out into the Midwest and occluding very quickly. Canadian, pretty much the same deal. It's a little bit faster coming out, and it's a little bit further west. Then we get to the European model, and here we have, it does come out into the Midwest, but it has more of an elongated trough through the Central Plains. And I'm not really liking the way the European is playing with this right now. I'm kind of leaning more towards the Canadian and especially the GFS. I really don't see much reason for this to hold back energy. And I'll show you why here. I'll go all the way back to the beginning for you here. And I'll show you why I'm not really looking at this to be holding back. And that's this energy coming in here. I think that as this energy is coming into Pacific Northwest, it's just going to cause this, this ridge to build, and for this energy to just keep coming around the base here and not get held back the way those other models are showing. So that's I'm kind of leaning right now towards the GFS with this system. And so we'll see how that plays out, but that's what I'm leaning towards. As far as sensible weather goes, what does this mean? Well, here's our twister data maps, and here's our high dew point air out ahead of the low pressure coming out. This is the 12Z Thursday time period, And here's our 72 hours. This will be 12Z Friday, and here's 0Z Saturday. Low-level jet still very strong. Low-level jet coming in at 925 millibars. So I still think that we are looking at the potential for severe weather in this particular area here. In this region here, I think could be looking at some severe weather in particular as this system is coming out. Here's our 925 at the 0Z Saturday. Nice jet up here coming in. So this region in here, I think, is in for the possibility of severe weather. Now we'll go to the winter side of the storm, and this is at 0Z Saturday. You can see now the cold air is now starting to get drawn into the storm up here. That's going to be all cold enough for snow for sure. Maybe some flakes down in this area here, but I'm not expecting too much down in that way. Then we get to 12Z Saturday, and you can see the cold air is really starting to get pulled into the system. And what does that mean as far as snowfall goes? Well, there's our snow depth prediction map for the GFS model as of 0Z Sunday. And you can see there's some significant snows out here through the Dakotas, back through parts of the Bitterroot Mountains and into the Tetons and such out in that region there. So, the tale of two seasons with this one storm. Severe weather on the east side, snow on the west side, windy up here as well. Could be some blizzard conditions up in that region there. So right now I'm kind of leaning towards a GFS with this system. I don't think the energy is going to get held back the way the Canadian and especially the European is showing. So that's kind of my current take on this, and we'll see how this all plays out. But first significant synoptic storm of the season coming out, so certainly things are changing meteorologically, and hopefully we'll get some more weather to talk about here. Okay, hope you have a great day.